from house to house. Slamming down by we neighbor, eating up all this office house. So much pets we have to attend, some we the rich in time. This say I want you have we on your mind. Save something for me, some ginger beer, a piece of black cake. Save something for me, this say the pie would never escape. Save something for me, and it don't matter if I reach late. Save something for me, put a little of everything.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
And I'm Devon Romain.
And I had to take out the speaker in the background.
Yeah.
It is the week before Christmas. Yeah, we're going down to the last 7 days before Christmas.
Christmas. Wow.
Next week this time. So don't expect to hear my voice or Devon voice on the radio.
Never.
Nah. Unless you hear the A1 pest control ad, you ain't hearing my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're live on 97.5, Sister Lord. You see, that's what has happened when Christmas take here. 97.5 City Sound FM. Django, I'm sorry.
89.5 CRFM.
Yes, Sister Isle FM. You know, you're in there proper. Let me give you some. No, take your juice day. Yeah. Sister Isle FM 92.9. Yeah, they're broadcasting out of Hillsborough in Carriacou. Yeah, Parang mash up the place last night, boy.
And 94.9 Revives Radio out there in Brooklyn, freezing Brooklyn. Oh, and happy belated birthday to the Kunamunu man.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, birthday to everybody I wanted this thing.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Like everybody I wanted this thing, boy.
Kunamunu man, if today was your birthday, I'd sing happy birthday for you, but he gone already, so I can't.
He does sing happy birthday with me out the studio and without listening to what's going on in here.
I would have talked it for him.
Well, Talk Calypso. That's why you bring back Talk Calypso Championship. Yeah.
Hey, bro, I hope you enjoy the day, man. You know, all
yes,
best.
Indeed. And we say good morning to you all on the live this morning. We hope you all are having a fabulous morning this morning. It is a beautiful day on the Isle of Spice. Last night, for me, was a bit chilly. Chilly by Grenadian standards. Not chilly by all your standards.
Lots of rain, too, last night.
In the south of the island, we get some, but we ain't get all that to talk about. We get some. Yeah, it's only this morning I realized I leave the sunroof open on the car after the rain.
Yeah, whatever Nazim.
Oh, he's there in Carriacou. Oh, he's actually found my cousin over there in Carriacou, so he was able to get his well, you know, he can't do lambi, so he gets some thing. Okay. So he was able to get that.
He gets set up.
There.
Bring down some barbecue lambi for me.
But he's supposed to be bringing down something for me that he was supposed to collect from the Honorable Kinja Stewart and Mr. Nigel Stewart. So I hope that he has collected my package that I asked for yesterday and that he's bringing it down for me. Other than that, I'll be putting in a call to the Osprey Express in a while to make sure, and SVG Air to make sure that he can come.
It's there, yeah.
No, not that day that he can come. Yeah. You understand? We're making no joke with them kind of thing. They are on where this is. Let me see where's this.
The wife say, oh, she's fed up with it. Only young girls in it.
No, gosh, no. Afraid.
This for the young girl in belly. She said, look, I cannot take pumpkin. What? She will get the next right one again. Bury your mouth, play you forget. The things you not say, you won't regret. We know parang is cartoon for we. So run from like you, Tom and Jerry. All you and one get to used to sing. But all you continue doing wrong thing. Then tell me if it's true. Because the next verse is about you. Well, then tell you no people don't come. They say you moonlight coats come and take back. The woman says she need not much with you. All she need was give you a little screw.
No! Anyway, you see me, that's why I was afraid to play these things.
Them men just stick in a little thing in places that, you know, even...
Folks, I'm sorry about that one. I had no idea that was...
We do apologize.
Me, that's the last time I played any Carriacou Parang.
Good morning, Joel, wherever you there, my brother. Have a wonderful day.
Mommy George, good morning to you. Miss Clytie.
Naz.
Miss Clytie, good morning. What is this? Next thing I can...
oh my God.
Miss Clytie, good morning to you, and I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Before this week is over, I'm going to drag Devon up to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you a call before, and I'm gonna drag Devon up to see you. Yeah.
You know, find I'm looking strange this morning. Notice
Yeah.
have on my handband, right? I forgot it rushing out of the house. When I reached about 5 minutes away from home, I remember I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so I had to be very careful today. Understand? And because the show is still a work in progress, and everything like that. What's coming on?
Yes, indeed. And folks, you can call in, 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Yes, it is the 17th day of the 12th month, 2018, the last 17th or anything in the year 2018.
2018.
Yes, so it's the last day.
You
The last it's also the last is the
14
last
more days.
Is it the last Monday?
No.
No, it's the second to last Monday.
Yeah,
Next
you
week
have-
Monday
you
is the
have 2
last
more
Monday.
Mondays. You have 2 more Mondays. No.
Next week,
No.
well, 2 more, yeah. Two
Yeah.
more. 2 more, yeah.
Yeah, the 31st is a Monday.
So
Final
2 more Mondays.
2 more Mondays and the year ends.
Yeah. And after it, that's it.
That's it.
That would be it.
Finito. Sakabu.
Yes, indeed. Lisa Marie, good morning to you, my dear. I do hope that you're having a fabulous morning over there in Carriacou.
Yeah.
Me touch Carriacou Park.
Carol and all the staff members at Paddy's Enterprise. Good morning to all of you. And we hope you enjoy the weekend and having a beautiful day today.
So I'm getting some notes there that it was a pretty large turnout to Carriacou Parang last night. Yeah, so it was very impressive. And I'm also, even with the rain, it was very impressive. So I'm going to check partygrenada.com a little later on to see. Yeah. Also heard that the bingo last night.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
here. Yeah, Stephen, mind my business.
Heard the bingo last night had close to 8, 9. Well, you're a military person. Tell me, how much?
Man, I think it reached 10, but it wasn't far.
It wasn't far from 10.
It wasn't far, I'm telling
So
you.
it crossed 8,
Yeah,
most likely
yeah,
around 9,
yeah,
9 somebody.
Yeah, it crossed 8. I mean, you know the Junior Murray and the Royal Louis San,
Yeah.
right? That was full. The level, the
Right.
2 levels was full. And he had more people on the ground
Than up in the stands?
than up in the stands.
Yeah, you're talking about 8, 9.
Yeah.
You're talking about 8, 9.
You know, and it was well supported. I had fun, although I reached home 4 o'clock this morning. And traffic like crazy. It took us about 3/4 of an hour to
What
get
time
out.
did the bingo end?
The bingo ended about minutes of 1 after 1.
Wow.
Yeah. It took me another 3/4 of an hour to get out of the inside of the stadium
Okay.
with the vehicle.
And then there was also Christmas in the Gardens last night. A
Yeah,
wonderful display down there. Absolutely fabulous performances. And I think if anyone gets the opportunity, they should pass by the Gardens. You know, take your little photos and so on.
and see.
Last night was a major thing with the gift giving and the performances and so on. But you can still pass by the Gardens and have a nice look-see.
I saw a little piece of it from the outside on Saturday night. It was Sunday morning. Imagine I was walking the carnage around 3 o'clock in the morning Sunday morning.
What are you doing all
Imagine
these kind
that.
of hours,
Oops.
man?
Did I say that over the air?
You're flying now. So now, man, what kind of hours are them?
I'm telling you, man, it was, it wasn't fun, but
You see,
had to be done.
like with me now, I live in the south of the island, and sometimes you feel a bit hungry in the night,
so
and you decide you're going down by Rebel Burger, or you're going on Wall Street. You just decide, I ain't going and cook the because I go fall asleep on that. So it is better you just go and you get something on Wall Street. So you pass by either the soup people and them on Wall Street there,
and get a
Get a nice little soup or something, or you do jerk chicken or jerk something, if you could take that down any night. Or you pass by Rebel, or you pass by Rooster soup right there by Saigon, as it's called it now, Sugar Mill Saigon. You pass right there and you get a little soup by Rooster. Yeah, you just have some nice soup.
Soup is good for the night.
Yeah.
And I came out to with a little party I was invited to, and just went there, so that, and I had to me and my friend just walk a little distance before transport pick us up, and I got a glimpse of the Sir Eric Matthew Gary
You ain't call the
Botanical.
boy, you could have called me. You ain't call me.
Yeah, no. And it makes sense, that kind of inconvenient that morning.
What do that, man? The
And-
man,
and
the
so,
man now
you
well,
know,
you know. The man is now 100%. He could have called his brethren. I didn't mind leaving no man come and get him, man.
Yeah, that's but the ride came after and everything like that. So we was good. But the time when I reached home, man, wow. And then bingo last night again. So all in all, I think the festive season is slowly
Yeah.
picking up
But it's
and so
been,
on.
this has been a really rough period for the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police
I was
Force, in
about-
specific
yes.
the traffic and fire department.
Traffic and oh man.
I myself had to call the fire department out about Thursday night, early into the morning. They had to call out the fire department because there was an accident that had taken place a little after the True Blue roundabout there. You see, there's a problem there. Some individuals who don't know the road good try to overtake right after you pass the True Blue roundabout heading to the airport.
Yeah.
There are individuals who from time to time try to overtake there. Now the problem is you will only see the vehicle coming from the other direction when it's on you already. Whether you're coming from the airport direction and you're just about to crest that little piece of hill there,
Yeah.
or you're coming from the roundabout direction, you're only going to see the other vehicle when it's already on you. So there's always nearly every week there are accidents that
But why
taking
you
place
want
there.
to overtake right there?
Yeah, but several people have been doing that. And there was an incident where a minibus, I wouldn't say the company that it's attached to, actually ran into a police vehicle, out of all things.
Wow.
It ran into a police vehicle.
Well, a good thing you
what
had to call the police.
One thing, we had to.
Had to call the police.
Yeah, had to call the police still. One of the things I could tell you though is that you see those jeeps that the police have?
Oh.
Those things are like a tank, man. It
That's
right
the-
off that bus.
Yeah, that's
It,
military
when I tell you it
vehicle.
right off that bus is written off, and all that police vehicle guys a little piece of dent. Them thing hard as what?
That's the pub. That's
But
the use.
one individual was trapped in the vehicle, so the fire department had to come and cut that individual out of the vehicle.
Wow.
And they've been pretty busy with the jaws of life recently because they had to cut that individual out of the vehicle there. Took them about 15, 20 minutes or so to actually cut and get the individual out of the vehicle. And they also had to cut somebody out of a vehicle last week again, a car somewhere or the other. And then you had that fatal accident
vehicle
on
somewhere.
Saturday night,
Yeah,
Saturday morning, early Saturday morning.
Sometime during Saturday.
Yeah, about 2 o'clock Saturday morning, I think they said. I
Bus
know the
driver.
individual,
Yeah.
Bus driver, Pancho.
Chow.
Yeah, for he usually plies the Beaton to St. George route. Windsor Forest people I think know him too because nighttime sometime you say well you go make a run up there and so. So Chow. Yeah, he would have also so the fire department had to come to get that vehicle upright and so as well. So it's been a busy time for them, man.
Yeah, and the policemen, I mean, they have been out there. Even this morning, just coming through the city, you see them out there. And so, I mean, their presence is seen and felt. And that is good. I would like to say, good morning to all the police officers in the Eastern Division, especially in St. Andrews, Grenville in particular. And so, I've seen, Sheldon, that they have marked out a new area for the vendors in Grenville, in the Grenville town. You understand? So vendors can basically be on a particular street. I think if I'm not mistaken, is the Seaton Bronx Street that has been, allocated for the vendors. All the vendors all of them who have been on the street for the last couple of months or years, they have basically found an area for them where they can.
So Grenville a lot more free.
A lot more free as of today.
But one of the things
Yeah.
I need to say, though, in all fairness, as the vendors have been moved off the street as well, that the businesses who operate in Grenville not now be allowed to expand onto the sidewalk.
Exactly.
If
they have
we
to stay
clear
within.
the sidewalk, let us clear the sidewalk.
Stay in all the section.
Whether it's St. George or whether it's
Grenville
Grenville,
or St.
whether
Patrick's.
it's Timbuktu.
Yeah, stay in your section.
Stay in your section. Once the sidewalks have been cleared, it cannot now be a situation where you have businesses deciding that I am going to expand
Put out on your
onto the
gates.
sidewalk. Sidewalk clear,
yeah.
sidewalk clear.
Sidewalk
Yeah.
clear. Good for one,
If-
good for all.
If Devon cousin or my brother have to move off the sidewalk, let us do it right
you gotta
across
get
the
'em
board.
off, yeah.
Because you realize that's what happens sometimes. Some people expand onto the sidewalk. Yeah? No.
And the way how they do it, how they encroach on
I could
on
understand you have your
pedestrians is-
gate open and you have your stuff
Something
displayed on your gate.
hang
I
up.
could understand that.
Even
but-
that is risky.
Yeah. And
For security reasons, somebody pass and
well, the mere fact that take it mean that at night somebody else go see it and
somebody go see that.
some two people will come on by. But anyhow, but even over the past few days, I've been hearing some stories. Listening to Shaggy this morning, heard of an incident where a young man lost some $5,000 in an envelope. It fell out somewhere or the other. I couldn't remember because I know everybody going and look in that
Wow.
area now. But that's not an easy loss.
5,000 one
Yeah, I
week
can't remember if it's
before
4 or
holiday.
5, somewhere around there.
Man, even if
that
it's
this individual
1,000,
lose. Yeah.
Sheldon, it's a
It's
lot.
hard. And most likely if an individual is carrying that kind of money with them, it means that they were
Important
on their
business,
way
yeah.
to conduct some sort of
Very
important business.
yeah.
Nobody don't walk with that kind of
No, no,
money
no,
on them
no,
just for walking with its sake
no,
to say I have it.
Yeah, yeah.
It must be either you're going and purchase something, you're going and pay for something, or you collected it to go and do something, or you was about to go and deposit it or something. I really feel it for that individual,
Of
man.
course.
I really feel it for that individual.
That's not an easy thing to go through at this point in time.
definitely not
And
easy one.
sometimes the money is not even that individual's own.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, there has been an incident in the south of the island where a vehicle was broken into and several items were stolen. That would be in the area, in the Montrouge area. And when I say Montrouge, I mean the area with KFC, Spiceland Mall, Umbrellas, all those
around
areas
that
down
area.
there. So a vehicle was broken into in that area and several items were removed. But the individual whose bag was stolen had in that bag what is called an EpiPen.
Oh, okay.
Now, an
Yeah.
EpiPen is absolutely essential for the survival of that individual.
Very, very, very important.
What
very.
can happen is more than likely that individual is allergic to either if it's nuts, it could be nuts, it could be seafood, it could be anything.
Carbonated soda.
Some
type
people
of
have some serious allergies. And if they, like for instance, people who have allergies to nuts, even the smell of
it.
nuts
Yeah.
starts to trip them off. And when I say trip them off, they actually start to swell and their throat closes in to the point where they can't breathe and they die. They asphyxiate. They stifle. As we go say in normal language, they stifle. So it's important to have this pen at hand. So in situations like that, they could immediately administer a dose. They have to kind of stab themselves with it and press in one time. Other than that, this person
dead.
will die. Yeah, and there are people who they have allergies to shellfish. Some have allergies to seafood on a whole.
They just have to pass close by it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because
Yeah.
if you travel every now and again, you'd realize that sometimes they would serve nuts according to the area you're in. But at times, due to the allergies of one person, they wouldn't even serve the nuts because they don't want the hostess' hands or anything to touch the nuts and then come around that person because the airline could be responsible for that individual's life. So whoever it is in the south, you might be hearing this, you might be traveling on a bus and you're hearing this, or whatever, or someone that may have found the abandoned bag somewhere, or so, or you see it somewhere, it might have the mark EpiPen or whatever on it. It looks, it's like a pen, but it actually has a syringe in it that's used to inject the person. Please get it to the South St. George police station.
Please,
If you see that, anything you find usually, you're supposed to carry it to the police station. Get it to the police station.
It's a life and death situation for that person.
Yeah.
Right? You know, if they can't get, oh man.
Yeah, because that, and the other thing is that the person can't access it locally.
Oh.
So they're visiting. They can't access it locally and they don't have a backup. So this person's life is in danger. It's like they have to live in a bubble for the next, according to the allergy, it's like they have to live in a bubble. Because you would realize that at going to some restaurants and so sometimes it's a chance-taking thing with some people because what happens is that if you have an allergy to shellfish and somewhere in the kitchen cross-contamination takes place,
Problem.
even if they don't use the same spoon, but sometimes they just put it close. They just put it close to it, and there's cross contamination. That individual could end up very, very sick or dead. Yeah, so you have to be careful with this.
Yeah, that's a very serious situation.
Yeah, folks.
You know?
We are beautiful people. We are wonderful
Yeah.
people. Yeah, we are wonderful people. We are beautiful people. But when things like this happen, we need to be our brother's keeper.
Yeah.
I really feel it for the person who lost their money, because I know what I would have do if I had to go through a similar situation like that. I wouldn't even be able to come on air. I'd sit down crying.
Yeah.
Serious, I'd sit down and cry.
Sheldon, Christmas is a holiday season, and as usual, we want to sort of give persons some tips. I mean, we know the Royal Grenada Police Force has been doing that through the Public Relations Department, and so as to some of the safety tips that citizens should pay attention to, right around these times, and so because around now you find a lot of house breaking and stealing, you find a lot of robberies, you find a lot of unsavory events occur around this time. So as citizens, and so we need to be to safeguard ourselves, our family, and our property. And so there are a number of things that we need to pay attention to, right? To in terms of the safety tips, and so like,
Go ahead.
for example, let's deal with households. When leaving your home, right? And once the entire family is leaving home, it is very important to lock all places, entrance and exits, and so, right? Do not, we usually have the habit of hiding the key under the mat and under this and that. Be very careful as to where you live, your location. If you're not living close to neighbors who may look out for you, you have to be careful when it comes to these things like that, right? We should be our neighbors' keepers. But there are times when you might have a little fallout with the neighbor, and the neighbor just say, you know what, I don't want to be with that person, no?
Next thing the neighbor is the person that breaking your place.
All right, so you understand, all right? So these are one of the things that we have to be very careful when leaving our home, right? And so ensure that the place is locked, right? All your valuables and so is put away. And around this time, you don't need to be keeping $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000 in your house, right? The financial institutions are there, right? Or if you don't feel safe, build a chest inside of your home and secure, your monies and that sort of thing.
If I go to the chest?
Well, you really have to dig out or unwell that chest and that sort of thing. So
without saying too much, they're actually much easier to open than you think. Much easier.
Well, my chest in my house,
than you think.
You have to take a tractor to pull that chest out of the house, and you'll be going with the house too.
I'd be very surprised. Do you matter go through all that? Anyhow,
but the important thing is that the security of your valuables, right? Everything in your house has value. So don't underestimate that little thing you're leaving exposed and think it doesn't have any value. Secure your valuables, right? Right? It's just a way of deterring persons, right, from being attracted to what's in your home. Don't leave nothing exposed, so people could get different ideas as to what that personal real thing inside the house, boy. You might just leave a laptop just for the person somebody to see while passing, and you'll be surprised to know that your house become a mark, right? So this is one of the things that you must take into consideration, right? Secure your homes when leaving.
I'm seeing Sonia saying she has 2 EpiPens because she has very bad allergies to certain food. Yeah, Sonia, and you have to keep them with you at all times
in your handbag. You know,
everywhere you go, you have to carry that with you.
Like when you have your little Vex money, hide away, stash away on you. That's why you have to have these things. Yeah. Right.
Good morning, Gail, and we hope that you're having a wonderful day, you and the children. I know you're on holidays now, so I do hope that you're enjoying it. Nice.
Right. So that's one of the tips here.
Let me give one now. There is one that a lot of people do not realize that they are doing that endangers them. Now, criminals study this thing as a science. So they look for things that you normally don't realize that you're doing that they pay attention to. So you may see the strange guy passing through your area. But you know when he's passing through your area, what he's looking at? He's looking at the garbage.
Yeah.
And he's looking at
Yeah.
the garbage to see who leave out the box from the brand new 25-inch flat screen Samsung
25,
TV. Okay, 36.
55-inch and 40-inch and thing.
Boy, the man taking small, he taking big.
Everything.
So anything you have. So they're passing by and they're looking to see the box for that.
Yeah.
So when they see a box in front of your house
Brand new.
from a brand new TV, they know you've been shopping.
Yep.
When they go in front of your place and they see the box from the brand new blender,
Or the phone.
the phone, yeah, because you buy the Samsung
yeah.
and so on, the Samsung S9.
Yeah.
They're up to 10 now, I know. I
No,
kind of
9,
lose track
9.
after 7. Right.
9.
So the S9. So you put the S9 box outside and so, and the laptop or the Mac,
Yep.
the Apple computer that you buy, you put the box outside your home. What you are doing is you're actually putting up a flag to say, Rob here.
Yeah, Rob here. Valuable is
Yeah.
right here. You know?
Yes, you're saying Rob here. So what happens is that individual mark you and they start to monitor your movements. So you may think there is somebody that's just visiting somebody in the area, they're passing around, a strange individual just hanging around the area. But that person is paying attention to your pattern. Even if they decide to go in and start a line by a bar next by you, and you see they buy one beer and they're taking 2 hours to drink it, because they're watching to see what time you just leave, what time you come back, and if you're slack in how you secure your home, as Devon was explaining to you earlier. And this person will pounce on you. So one, it's better to destroy these boxes, destroy them, break them up, tear them up, put them into some black plastic bags so nobody could see what's there, and dispose of them in that way. And it's also important in those instances to ensure that you let it stay out by the garbage for the shortest space of time. So just before the time you know the garbage truck coming, you bring it and you put it there.
Yeah. As the garbage truck reach in front of your house, let's go out and heave your garbage inside it.
Yeah.
You need to do that. It's it's very important.
Another one that Louisa is pointing out there, Devon, you could go right ahead on that one. That Louisa is pointing out there right now.
Yes, they see your vehicles, right? When you have your vehicle, you leave certain items on the seat of your vehicle or just between the two front seats where the handbrakes is. You leave a phone there. You might just slip a computer, laptop, or you may just leave some cash, even if it's $5 right there, right? These are things that you don't do, right? Things that can attract viewers as to what is in your vehicle, right? You have to be very, very careful, right? Persons who have licensed firearm, and so, right? I mean, there are rules and regulations,
Not
right?
supposed to ever leave it in your car.
Exactly how you carry those things in them. Don't ever make the mistake and leave them right in your vehicles. Just like that, unattended.
And there's some who are firearm owners and they put on these little stickers and thing on the vehicle to basically tell people they're firearm owners.
Exactly.
Then
a
if
red
somebody
flag.
looking to break into a vehicle and get a firearm to go break into your vehicle,
Or is your vehicle they're going to break into? You understand? So you have to be very careful. And there are rules and regulations to how you carry a firearm, a licensed firearm and everything like that. So, I mean...
And please note, firearm fees are due.
Yes.
$300 per firearm. You can also pay for 2 years, $500 for 2 years per firearm. And then there's another deal, I can't remember, that you could pay for a 5-year period. I think it's $1,000 something. So that's for those of you with firearms. I'm seeing a lot of guys around with the air rifles, though.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of air rifles around. So I hope the guys have gone through the proper procedure that do have them. But I'm seeing some guys hunting with air rifles around.
A lot.
Yeah, the hunting season is closing down the final few days, man. Final 2 weeks. Yeah, fellas, all you have to get it now.
Everybody want manicu for the Christmas and the New Year's.
Mine seasoning on the fridge already.
So yes.
Seasoning the day.
So
the one Tony face on that one.
Yeah, well, me and them thing and them is no friend. But that's something I can't understand, and I don't want to knock nobody who does eat it, But it's something I can't understand what people eat, why people eat it,
We go talk about that one.
Manicu, but
we'll come to Manicu. I'll call Mr. Akron. Anyhow, so Devon, we're going over the different things on the issue that you've raised here, which is a very important issue. protection at Christmas time.
Yeah, protection.
Destroy the boxes.
Yep.
Destroy them, put
All
them in a bag,
evidence.
get rid of them close to the time that the garbage pickup is going to be
Yep.
taking place.
And then dispose of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Safety inside the home. Your Christmas lights.
Yes.
Some people make the mistake of putting out lights that are inside lights outside the house.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with that. Also, you may have had your lights for 10, 15 years. Some people traditionally, they have the lights, you put it away and you just take it out Christmas time. You test, you realize 1 or 2 bulbs, you run in town, you buy that and you fix it back. So some people have had their lights that they use on their Christmas tree and so on for many, many years. They're heirlooms. They hand them down from father to son and that kind of thing. No, it does happen.
Nanny and all kind of things.
Yeah.
That's how old some of these things
Some of the
are.
decorations and so they hand them down from year to year. When it comes to that though, please do a proper check on the string. The strings are lights.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yeah, broken wires.
because you know the roaches and thing.
Yeah.
None of us does admit we are every house in Grenada
Every
have
house
roach.
have roach. And the roaches love to eat the rubber.
Every single house have roach.
Yeah, the protection around the wires, the roaches love that.
Has nothing to do
Yeah.
about how clean you are. You would have your door open at night and see a roach trying to fly inside.
Exactly.
So every house in Grenada, sometimes they come through your bathroom piping and so on. Devon is the expert.
Or the supermarket, you go to the supermarket and buy something, and when you reach home, you find that whatever you buy from the supermarket has roaches in it, and Jum and Roach have that.
Don't say the supermarket. Don't say the supermarket.
Well,
Don't say the supermarket. We can't face no lawsuit. Don't say the supermarket. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll never talk to us privately on that one.
but
Yeah.
you got to be very careful,
You have to be careful.
with transporting of roaches in particular.
Yeah. But the lights now, so the electricals. The other thing is you must try not to overload. You go sometimes and you see people have lights plug in and you wonder what kind of thing is that because they have these adapters. And there are some of these adapters that can cause fires.
Of course.
Some of these
fuse.
adapters, and you see especially the bigger ones, the bigger kind of ones that just have a fuse to the front of it,
Yeah.
generally you should never use those. Those have been known to cause fires in many places. And people, you're sticking one here and you're sticking one of these
Sticking
things
the
and
next
you're
one there
sticking
and thing.
in
So all
top
kind
here.
of current growing in here and there and everything like
And
that.
they're generally very poorly made. So it's better to, I don't have one of them in my place because I know the danger with them. There are none inside here. We wouldn't be crazy to bring any here and we have none, I have none at home. They're very dangerous. They can cause fires. So you have to be very careful with how you ground and how you put in your different electricals for the Christmas season. When you're buying toys for your children and toys that may require electricity, please take note of the voltage, make sure that everything is okay. You don't want to hand your child something that's going to injure them or possibly kill them. So you have to be very careful.
Very, very careful.
And also taking note of the types of toys you buy for your children. The younger ones who you may buy something that there's a choking hazard, that they may bite it and even some toys, even though you don't see it on it, look at it. And if you see it has something like a paint that a child might take and put in their mouth and they're biting it and the paint gonna come off, don't buy it for them.
Don't buy it at all.
You have to be careful with those things.
And you see with some of the toys that we buy that is with a remote, once it's it's mobile, right? Either a remote car or something electrical. You as the parent ensure that you inspect it, right? You try it out for yourself, right, before you give it to your child. So if there is any danger, better the danger, and God forbid, danger come to you than your child, right? So always good to do the inspection, right, of these things before you pass it on to anybody else, right? It's very, very important that we do that, all right?
Yes, we're going to keep the phone lines open. 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
So let's just go over the ones we've spoken about. You first spoke about
the house, the security for your house. When leaving your house, some of the tips, some of the things that you do when you leave in, precautions that you take, the vehicles.
Right.
And
security for your vehicles. And some people have a tendency, so they do the Christmas shopping and there's some stuff in the vehicle. But they say, I'm going just day.
Yeah.
So they leave the vehicle open, turn their back to it, and they just gone in a shop across the road.
Oh, yes.
And by the time they come back,
perfect time.
thing gone.
Yeah, everything gone.
And then they're looking left, right, and they want to cuss everybody. No. secure your vehicle properly. Lock your vehicle.
Lock.
When it locked, that to break it. When they
Yes.
break it, your alarm go off, or you go hear the noise,
Exactly.
and you could deal with it.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
it brings, that draws attention. When you see, the thing is, when you take the proper security measures and so, right, it becomes more difficult for that person to do anything to you, all right, or to whatever you have. It becomes difficult, and it alerts people around. For example, your vehicles. If your vehicle always stay locked, you have an alarm, whatever, somebody goes to break it, you'll alert somebody. And you know, so we have to be very careful. There's a lot of persons. I mean, sad to see. There's a lot of us, a lot of persons within the community, as Sheldon was saying, that goes around targeting different homes and so. We know them. We know some of them. They are wrong. Share that information with your neighbors. Let them know who are the suspicious persons. I mean, you don't go around just profiling people. But if you had experience with somebody doing some of these things, or somebody else had an experience, or you know of that person's record, let it be known within your community.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, my friend.
How
Morning.
man?
Quite fine, man.
Yeah, Sheldon,
You
yesterday...
hear, 1 minute, you're hearing us clearly?
Yeah, I hear you clear.
You see GT walking
Yeah.
by.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time yesterday.
I see Santa Claus pass all your end, man.
Yeah.
Are they?
I see Santa Claus pass on your end.
Yeah, but... yeah, well, we have a wonderful time yesterday at Dragon Beach with the senior citizen. Alright? It was exciting, and it was great. Right? The parliamentary rep was there. We spent a long time there, greeting and meeting with the senior citizens, the young people. So it was an exciting day yesterday. Alright, so I want to say we are going places, and every year they're getting bigger. Alright, you're getting bigger. So I want to say congratulations to all the parents that came out yesterday to partake at that senior citizen luncheon. It was exciting, wonderful. Alright, and then whatever your Sheldon was speaking about protection. You know, sometimes some people don't say, well, you're a father, you are too protected. But always better to be too protected and to be careless. To be careless. You know, sometimes some people have a home, the kitchen downstairs and the house upstairs. But they leave the house open and they lay downstairs. I always say to people, you're downstairs and your house is upstairs. Always go to close your door. Close your door, because when you lay downstairs, you cannot see what happened upstairs. Close the door so that when anybody comes, they cannot go inside the house. Right? So I say it's good to be protected. Right? And be protected is better than to be sad. So I want to say, as we celebrate this Christmas season, I want everybody to use wisdom and let wisdom, not wisdom, understand. Let understanding and wisdom be the guide for this for this festive season. Festive season, because many times people go and drink, and they get drunk and they drive in, and after this, according to wisdom, after Carnival over, we still need to have a future in front of us. So let us protect ourselves, alright? Protect ourselves for the season and safeguard our home. So, Brother Devon, Sheldon, you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, my brother.
All right. Yeah.
And very important there as well, paying attention to your surroundings. Now, we are not saying, for those of you that might be listening from outside of Grenada, Grenada is not a crime-ridden society.
Nope.
But what you do have are crimes of opportunity. In other
Precisely
words,
so.
somebody who may see an opportunity to commit a crime and does it.
Yeah.
So they realize that they see a rental vehicle parked up close to a restaurant. And they realize the people ain't really paying much attention to the surroundings. And these people go into the restaurant or so, and they was going to go in the bag, and they stand up there and they hear the person, I ain't going with that bag now, let me leave it inside there. Nobody ain't going to touch that vehicle. And they leave the bag exposed inside there. So this person is seeing the bag inside the vehicle. They're going to break the window and go with it.
Yeah.
They're going to break the window and go with it.
And
So-
everything else is fine.
Yeah, as happened with the individual who lost their EpiPen. So these things do happen. So you have to be careful.
Very, very careful. Another
You have
thing,
to be careful and you have to be vigilant.
And
Yeah,
you-
it's not that we are a crime-ridden society, but crimes of opportunity.
Yep, you don't give them opportunity. Another thing again, you're talking about money and vehicle and everything. There are some of us, well, not me, but some of you out there who go out there and sit down in shops and drink and eat and everything like that. And you dip in your pocket and you find out, you know, you know how much money. You say, watch, I come in there, man. Let me go in a vehicle and get money there. You don't know who is listening to you, who is watching you. Right? You definitely put out a target outside there and telling people, I in the shop, that's where my money is inside it. Right? So you basically send them, you have a target there, just opportunity waiting for persons. We got to be very careful. The carelessness, the careless statements.
That's a wonderful one.
And you see it happen, right? We sit down and we drinking with our own friends, right? And everything like that. And you have on a short pants and you drinking, but every minute you go in the vehicle and come out with a 20 or 100 or whatever. There are persons paying attention to you. They wonder, you know, I wonder if that's his regular habit. I wonder if he always does that. Find out the way you're working. Time you on a Friday evening or a month end, knowing that you have a habit of drinking, packing up and going and drink, and your money stays in your vehicle. You know, all these things are very, very important to pay attention to.
Because a lot of the times, these things are not done by strangers. They're done by people who know you
friends.
and know your habits and are looking around to see your habits and so on. So you have to be extremely careful when it comes to these particular issues. You have to be careful,
very, very careful
when it comes to these issues. Other important things to look at and so on. One, your children.
Yes.
Yeah, and supervision of your children.
Very important.
Now, a lot of people, during the Christmas time, I passed through St. George this morning, unwillingly so, because the crowds I really just can't take. But I passed through St. George this morning, and I realized there were a lot of younger kids in town on their own.
Unsupervised.
And I know, come Christmas Eve, for some reason, many individuals find it necessary to allow their boy child or their girl child. There's only boy and girl it have, this kind of thing about trans, this and that, me and they and that.
I don't know
so
what
boy or girl. You allow your children to go into town unsupervised, on their own, and they come back home reeking of alcohol and all kind of thing, and it's like, it's okay for some parents, they laugh in that and all kind of thing.
Yeah, it's festive time.
Yeah,
so okay.
There needs to be a certain level of control. We're not saying that you have to go with your 13 and 14-year-old, but lay down the ground rules before they go.
You have to.
And it can't be that they're coming back 3 o'clock in the morning, Christmas morning.
You mad?
It can't be. I mean,
grown men and women don't practice that. You allow your child to come in 3 and 4
3
in the
and
morning.
4 o'clock. Some of them come in when it's daylight. They're coming back and so on.
And it's fun. You know, it's fun for
and
parents.
then after Boxing Day, you see the police issue and notice they're looking for this one or they're looking for that one who was last seen Christmas Eve hanging out in town. So. And then you hear they're up in this area, two constituencies away or 2 parishes away, and all kind of things.
Yeah,
so
God knows what.
You have to pay attention to your children. Some of the village shops, you all have a bad habit, and the police has to address it. They have to address that particular issue. It is the one where you sell alcohol to children around this time. Now, I remember having an altercation with a shopkeeper over that same thing. Saw a little boy walking down the road, and he had this bottle, what you call the quart bottle, not the pint, but the little,
the quart.
The quart.
Yeah.
Trying to remember the thing, not nitrine, something like that. It's a red one with a rose on it or something like that.
Not Campari.
Not Campari, no. The little boy would not think. So it was a sweet kind of thing that
alcohol,
they used to make cake.
Yes, with alcohol base.
And the little boy was walking in that particular village. I wouldn't say the village, but he was walking in that village, man, and he was there, not a village I used to live in, but I was visiting the village. And he was there walking the road and taking a look at drink every now and again. So there's a next guy that was there, and he said, Sheldon, you see that? He said, shut that little boy drinking there. So we stop him. And I'm talking about a little boy that's about 8 years old here. Wow. 8, not even 10.
Isaiah age.
Yeah, and he's walking and he taking a look a shot. Every few steps he take a shot.
Thinking sorry drinking.
So we stop him. We say, hey, what you have there? So we block him. And we take the bottle only to realize it's wine that he drinking. So we stopped him. We took the wine. We said, where you got that? He said, I got it at this shop. So we took him and we went back to the shop that he got it from and was talking. The lady cost us top to bottom, inside, out, around, outside again, back into the clouds, and she bring us back down. She said that all them children are custom buying. And she does sell them because she don't know if it's their mother send them for it is Christmas time, the mother maybe send them for it to
That's
make
no
cake.
excuse.
You understand? That's the
Y'all
attitude.
should be police officers.
Luckily, the other guy was. So,
Okay.
so you know how that turned out.
So yes.
So,
Nah, I know that wasn't pleasant.
but that's what happens. Some individuals feel that okay, the parents send them, but even when I was a shopkeeper, I would not sell under any circumstances any form of alcohol to children.
You're not supposed to do that.
And
It's
there were
against the law.
instances children come and say, "Mommy send me," and she say
Not
to
even
send
that.
so and so.
Not even that.
Say tell Mommy, Sheldon say, come for
Come
for
fighting
yourself.
Yeah. And you know, another thing again with our children, around this time, and at all times, but particularly around the festive time, sending our little ones, our 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, waiting until it's 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening when it start to make dark, and send them in the shop, 5 and 10 minutes away from your home.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning and welcome. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sheldon and Devon.
Good morning, my
Morning.
dear.
Sheldon, I cannot hear all you. A little low.
I wonder why you're not hearing us
Yeah.
because we have everything fixed.
Okay, let me turn up the...
Aye?
Oh, we lost her.
Hello? Okay, that's why she's not hearing us because
Yes.
she have problem on she line.
Yes.
I'm calling and say a quick help.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's why she's not hearing us. There's a problem on her line.
yes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Good
Oh, my dear,
morning.
you're gonna have to give us a call back.
Yes.
It's not on our end, it's coming from your
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, so it's a practice that we parents do, right? Just send our children to the shop or even to even to St. George's or to Grenville, and so unsupervised, right? Giving them big like $100 bills and 20s and 50s to go to the shop. You got to be very careful with that. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Devon. You hearing me better?
Yes,
Much
you're hearing
better.
much better.
All right, it's Sonia.
Aye.
Yeah, she call and say Merry Christmas.
Oh, Lord, good morning. Happy holidays. How
Oh.
you guys doing? Good morning, Hannah, Chris, everybody on the live. Good morning.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Yes, my dear.
Sonia.
Same to you.
Can I ask you
Yes,
a
Sheldon?
question? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How does a Grenadian in them kind of wintry place boil the salt ham for Christmas?
Well,
How that does work out?
Listen, in
does boil
Toronto
it?
we don't really get a salt ham. We get the frozen or the roasted, the baked one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I personally do not like salt ham. Could handle only like about 2, 3, 4 slices, and I could. So I really don't like that salt ham from ever since I was a little girl growing up in Guave Grandlands. I really don't like it. My mother used to send a big one from Brooklyn. I really don't like it. But they put it on their stove, I guess.
Because I'm trying to understand that one, and because I know you can't bring an open flame outside.
Yeah. In this
in
kind
New
of
York,
weather.
in New York and
know,
them places, no
'cause
open
it's
flame.
cold, but we're not that bad weather-wise lately. We kind of warming up 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees.
Warm?
Warm,
So
you
we
say?
consider that nice weather.
That is not nice weather, Sonia. That's not.
I could use the word warm with them kind of temperature you had.
and nice. You don't put these words into that sentence.
No, it's warm, nice weather.
Oh.
Well, the Torontonians, the Canadian, when we get a like a 4 and 5 plus, we consider that really nice
Oh,
weather.
my God. No.
Because you guys know the sort of weather we got over here, like, oh.
And by the way,
But anyways.
I've heard
Mm.
that due to the weather forecasting, that you all are going to have one of the most extreme winters on record over the next few months. So prepare for it.
Yes, because we've been getting some very cold weather in November, which is sort of unusual.
Yeah.
So that is to tell you what to come in the next couple of months, between January, February, March, maybe into April. You just don't know.
So here's what to do.
You know.
We're going to talk to the Grenada Border Tourism, and we're going to try to get some photos at Grandans Beach, Paradise Beach in Carriacou, and so on.
Hey, I have enough of
Batway.
Grandlands Beach. That's where I grew up, Sheldon.
I
But
know.
if I see Grandlands Beach, that end bottom me, I beat that beach left, right, and center
No.
from top to bottom. You remember when? Listen to me now.
Guava and Grandans, we know. We know it's go over and Granada. The GG.
Yeah, so no, right now, beach don't phase me. Beach don't phase me. That guy, you remember when you had no, what do you call that long step going up when you had to, flamboyant.
By Silver Sands right
walk up
now.
to flamboyant, walk down, go down to BBC, walk back up, come down to flamboyant, walk up and down the beach.
You see,
So the beach don't phase me.
I wouldn't know about them things.
But I would love to have some. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that we can get some billboards to put up at your house so that all your neighbors gonna come down.
Could see it.
When the place get cold and they watch that, they go leave.
Like that kind of thing you want to do to me there right now in Chuchu.
We put in billboard in front of your place.
And say how I as a kid I roamed the beach, but still, you know,
And
the beach will always be the beach.
And you know what, Sonia? We have Air Canada coming visiting Grenada twice. I think once or twice a week.
I only win the 60 million this weekend.
No, but we see what we could do. You see the capacity in carrying load. We can load up couple of containers of sunshine and everything and send it up for you.
Good morning to my little brother Clive on the bus terminal. Good morning, darling. I ain't hear him all weekend.
Wait, now, when last I see Clive?
Miss Kami, I always listen to you. Good morning, darling. You're such a wonderful lady.
Yes, she is.
Hannah,
yes.
good morning, my neighbor in Grand Island. Yes, Hannah is my neighbor. I know Sheldon. Then she used to go GBSS and I go in Boca.
Rivalry.
Hey, remember Boca when I intercall already? Yes,
you know
yeah.
about them in GBSS, like Zap and them, and Shane Dobby and them.
Yeah, we went to school together, same form, everything. Me and Shane Dobby. And Shane Dobby. Yeah. Shane Dobby all
on Granville Street, because remember I grew up on St. John Street also.
All right. So, okay.
Yeah, the GBSS shape a rivalry at the time.
GBSS crew. You understand?
Yes. Anyways, it was so nice speaking to you all. The other people work teeth and call.
Yeah, well, you know what?
So happy holidays.
And same
nice
to you.
Hearing you guys are watching
before you leave,
live and listening. Thanks for all the informative information I've been getting. Thank God for this talk. I learn a lot about my island every day. But you know, good morning, Parliamentary Representative of St. John's, my handsome cousin, Mr. Alvin Dabrio. Yeah, him nice, you see.
Before you leave, what is your screensaver on your computer? Let me see how Grenadian you are.
I have a Mac Pro, and it's some expensive car, so I think I'm going to have to change it to the beach. And I have a whole set, and then when I leave it on Sheldon, it comes on with a whole set of nature stuff like beach and forest.
Ooh,
and
we go inbox you some stuff.
All sort of nature things like that.
We go inbox you some stuff.
Yeah, we'll send you some Christmas presents.
You go inbox you some stuff. Don't worry.
Lord. Hey, well, I'm a sorrel and thing boil already.
Already?
I get mine from Cammy.
and Sonia, I tell you what, he want to do for me. Right, with the sorrel and call Siobhan and Caden and make sure they get some.
Siobhan is my darling, and KK he's growing up so nice.
Yeah, you see the Romain blood in him? Yeah.
Stop that. But anyways, Grenada, happy holidays. Enjoy yourself. Sheldon,
before the people...
the pork. Otherwise, we will have to trim you next year.
Yeah, I find so. I support in that.
But I won't tell you.
I the shares, not the scissors and the shares.
Don't worry, I'm growing back the locks, and as soon as January hits.
The grease from the pork does help the hair to grow stronger.
No. You don't destroy the
hair.
Bye, Sonia.
Cut it for you grow stronger and shoot Sheldon.
Bye, Sonia.
So anyways, happy holidays. My papa down there in Brandon, Southern Skin, Mr. Roberts, ex-employee of Grenlex, ex-supervisor to be...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, she gone in.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But anyhow, Sonia.
She's still there, man.
Yeah, you're still there. We thought you left.
Yeah, so I was just saying hello to my papa, my daddy, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Cuthbert Roberts down there in the housing scheme. Hannah, when you go down, say a big hello for me also. He's the ex-supervisor of Grenlex under Mr. Gregory Bowen. Yes, that's my wonderful papa. Yeah. No, I find all getting to know where I come from. You know what I mean?
Bye-bye, yeah?
Guys, have a wonderful day.
We want you get in trouble.
Thanks again for all the information I've been getting and learning, because there's a lot of things I haven't known about my own island, and a shame.
You need to come home. That's what you need to do.
I will. It's just that the work thing, and when you're working in a certain company, it's kind of hard to kind of leave. You get me?
I get you, but I ain't understand you still. You need to come
All right,
home.
whatever. I
Please.
know. But, it's all good. When I do touch down, all they go see me. So
Yeah.
it's
Yes, my dear.
It's mass.
anyways, good morning and have a wonderful day, Sheldon and Devon. Thank you very much for listening to me.
All right, darling. You take care and
Bye
enjoy
now.
yourself.
Take care.
All right.
All right, cool. Take care.
You see,
Yeah.
even if it's once for the year, we could listen to her because she
course.
listens to us every single day.
They put up with us every day.
Although
so
I haven't heard Beverly for a while. But here's the thing with Beverly. Where Beverly works, she could listen in, but she can't call. So that's the thing. So Beverly, you wouldn't see her online. You wouldn't think. She can't be doing that. But she listens to the program all the time. And every now and again when she gets the opportunity, Beverly will call. So, and Sonia is similar situation. She can listen in, but she can't always call. So when we hear from some of our friends,
we got
out
to give
there,
them the time.
Yeah, we're giving you all the time you need.
Sonia, it's so nice hearing from you. And hey, we really hope you have a wonderful holiday.
She has mentioned she learns a lot about her island.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research in the background on a lot of different aspects of Grenada's history and different little things about Grenada that many persons, the majority of persons, do not know. For instance, the black people who are now living in Honduras are Grenadians. Yeah. And a lot of people do not know that. That on the country Honduras in South America, that the Afro-Hondurans were originally Grenadians.
Wow.
And they became Hondurans because after the Fedor Revolution, these people were exiled to Honduras. So those were the slaves, and then I was given real trouble over here with Fedor and were sent over there. So when you see a black Honduran, you're basically looking at a Grenadian. So, and it happened, they were sent to different countries as well, one or two other countries as well.
Brazil is also one of them.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of Grenadian history and things about Grenada that a lot of people don't know. So you may be looking at a black Honduran friend up there and you realize is a Grenadian too, eh?
The blood run inside.
Many of them don't know the Grenadian too, eh? But you may be looking at one and you're not realizing it's a fellow Grenadian. But they were part of the slave revolt. So many of them were exiled. And then you had the number that went down to Trinidad. Yeah, and that is how Trinidad's carnival started up. That's why you have things like the Pure Grenade. Yeah, Grenada, the Pure Grenade that they talk about in Trinidad. What they call it Jab Molasi, but we call it Jab Jab. So the different aspects of things that developed down there, but you can still trace back.
Right here in Grenada,
I've also been doing some research in relation to different types of mass. And it's amazing when you look at something, for instance, and we're going to be going into this in the new year. From time to time, we'll be doing programs on these things. It's important you know your history and culture. Very. I can put up some photos right now of a particular type of mass in a particular tribe in Africa. And if you look at that costume and you look at the Shakespeare mass in Carriacou, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same costume. I could show you some masks from different parts of Africa, and the short knee here, exactly the same. The jab jab, and we say land of the jab jab, and we had jab jab and all this sort of thing. But I can show you some masks out of French Guyana. Yeah, French Guyana, Cayenne, down in French Guyana. That is nearly the exact as all jab jab. The only difference is they cover their skin in black, but they always wear a red pants or the ladies wear a kind of red dress or a red head tie and that sort of thing with it. And they have these kind of fruits that's put in the mouth, like how we would put saltfish and thing. Yeah. They put this type of fruit, or orange or yellowish kind of fruit, into the mouth when they're doing this thing. But it's the exact same concept as jab jab. Or if you go into Haiti, where they actually have down to the horn on the head. They have the helmet with the horn on the head as well.
And the helmet, the pole.
Well, in their case, it's helmet. So they have it on the head with the horns.
With the horns on it,
everything. They call it lance cod or lance cod. They call it in Haiti. But it's the same as Grenadian jab jab. So you see how we're all interconnected at different levels. We're all interconnected. I posted it on Facebook a while back and I asked people where they think this is. And they started telling all different parts of Grenada, not realizing not one of the pictures I posted was Grenada. They were all different countries that have mass that's similar to ours. So I was doing a lot of research recently in relation to those. So there's a lot that we can learn. Yeah. Folks, since we're talking about history and culture, on this Sunday, at the Spice Basket, the United Chorale and Friends, they're going to be having the night the angels sang. And believe me, when you hear these people sing on Sunday, if you see a star pointing to a particular part where you had to go and it have a donkey there and you see 3 wise men come in and you see shepherds with their flock heading there, do not be surprised. Because on Sunday, it's going to be the night the angels sang, and they're going to be singing at the Spice Basket. So it's going to be a wonderful one. It's going to be taking place at the Spice Basket from 6:30 p.m. Adults are $25, children are $10. Yeah? So you can get your tickets at various locations and so on, or at the door. All right? So you can also check Edith McDonald. You know Edith?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could check Edith. You could check Dr. Julie Dubois. And so on, and you can get your ticket. So remember the night the angels sang. So if you see a star suddenly appear, a bright, bright star suddenly appear in the sky, and it keep pointing one direction, let me say down in Granans or something, and you realize you go down there and you see a donkey, you see a cow, you see other kind of thing there in a local farmer area, and then you see 3 wise men coming on some, well, wouldn't be camel and all kind of thing. Right now they might come driving Kia. So...
Benz, BMW.
Yeah. Right, we coming down with some Benz and them kind of thing there. Right, so if the 3 wise men are to come these days, the Benz they're coming with. 3 wise men, the 3 kings coming in what then?
The 3 kings
they'll pull in 3 yacht.
Yeah, the Paul on them big Paul on.
Or either 3 yacht or they pull in 3 private plane.
Yeah, 3
and you see they come, right, 3 kings come in and you see the 3 wise men and you know what's going on. Yeah. You know what time it is. Yeah, so the night the angels sang, that's going to be on Sunday at the Spice Basket. Some people killing themselves laughing. It's going to be at the Spice Basket this Sunday from 6:30 p.m. Remember, adults $25 and children $10. It's going to be a nice family activity. You go and you hear the Christmas songs and that kind of thing. Eats and drinks on sale. Yeah, they're going to have eats and drinks on sale, and it's a family affair. It's a nice, relaxing evening to go and relax with your friends and family. So get together if you want to make a bus. You head down and nice and relax. And you never could tell. They might have door prizes, eh? Yeah, there's some. Next thing you get thing you get S9 as your door prize, or you get
you understand?
I didn't say that is what happened. I said next thing it happened. I don't know.
Next thing you get a lot last night.
Next thing you get a phone or you get a computer as your door prize. You never know.
And that kind of thing.
You never know. All right? Yeah. Yeah, angels will be singing in Grenada.
Imagine angels in Grenada. Shall I remember back? Well, I know you might be young enough. You be young, too young to know that. The talk is still there. Oh, Santa coming down through the chimney, and all kind of thing. And I wonder in my view, where the chimney is in Grenada.
Tell you what the chimney is already. You know, chimney is in River Antoine Rum Distillery, and if Santa go down there, he not making another island. All right. By the time he come down inside there and he go and he sample something up in Rivers, that do it for him.
That is the only black Santa all will be seen.
Because the only place at chimneys in Grenada right now are all the rum factories. Yeah, so it's either you go in by Wester Hall Rum. Morning.
Yeah, or Clark Scott.
My friends up at Wester Hall Rum, good morning. You go in by Clark Scott. Yeah. The staff down at Clark Scott, good morning. Dexter, morning. Raquel, morning. All of you down there. Yeah, Mr. What's his name? The gentleman in charge down there. Oh gosh, his name's slipping me now, and just the other day I bounced him up, you know. But anyway, good morning to all of you. And the staff up there at River Antoine, good morning. All them rum factory. That's the only place with chimneys.
Yeah, all them rum factory.
So if you're going down any chimney, believe me, that means Santa Claus has some kind of other intention, and he ain't going to no other island. So, do it.
Muscles, good morning to you, wherever you are, my brother. Yeah. Santa, watch. Imagine
Santa Claus is his father?
His father. Yeah, he said he born on the 11th of September. and he say calculate it now. Calculate it. Muscles, you the greatest. What? And imagine during Christmas Eve night, you had to go and sit down under that Christmas tree and hoping that you go see Santa come and give you a gift, So much of Nancy stories they used to tell us,
Yeah, no, the pagan ceremony.
So much of Nancy stories. Oh my, I will not, and I repeat it, do that to my children.
Leave the children and them alone.
Yes.
Let them enjoy the fantasy. I enjoyed it when I was small too. Folks, tomorrow it's going to be taking place at the Bolio RC School. The Honorable Tobias Clement, together with the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, they'll be meeting with constituents of the St. George Northeast constituency. That meeting will be starting at 5:30 p.m. They're going to be discussing various issues like the achievements of the administration for the year thus far, what is intended for the year 2019 and beyond, the industrial climate, the pension issue, all of these different things. They're going to be discussing that tomorrow. So it's very important for those of you in the area who can make it out to go there. I should remember that. No, thank you, Mommy George. Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Nichols. What Fat Man George say? Mr. Nichols, pass me. I should remember from that. Yes.
Oh,
so, yes, Mommy George, we hope everything is going okay with you. Hey, and our artist, man, I see, we cannot jump in all over the place because there's so much going on.
So many things going on.
But that's something to talk about in a while too. But let's deal with this one first as I just see Dingan and then picture pass by. Lil Natty and Thunder, they have been so well received in Trinidad this year again that let's just say Soca Monarch 2019 in Trinidad is going to be very interesting from the perspective of Grenadians.
It would not be the same.
Very interesting from the perspective of Grenadians. Let's just say that because Mandela Lynx is down there and his tune is extremely popular. And Lil Natty and Thunder, it is also extremely popular. Their tunes, not just their tune, not just section, but tomorrow, and there's the other tune they have, the Big People Thing. Both of those tunes are really big in Trinidad. So looking past the Christmas into Trinidad Carnival, the guys already been doing some work down there. I think they're on the way to Canada or somewhere right now. But they've been doing some work in Trinidad, and believe me, they're being well received. I'm looking at some of the videos from some of the interviews and so on. In fact, in one of the interviews, they said, hands down, Top Striker actually won the road match in Trinidad last year. They were not given it because...
they won't give it.
No, they can't, because the rule is that you must be a Trinidadian. They don't ever give... The road match in Trinidad is never given to non-Trinidadians.
What about the crown?
The Soca Monarch crown could go to anybody. The Groovy Monarch crown, well, there's no longer a Groovy Monarch. It's just one. They've actually changed their Groovy and Soca into one show.
One big part.
Which is a complaint that they're having. They're saying that Grenada's standard is way higher, more energy, everything. So everybody's so excited about Grenada's carnival now. And Trinidadians in the interviews were basically looking at Lil Natty and Thunder and saying, whoa, you all have it made up there, but look at us down here. Our thing going through.
Slowly
you understand?
Our
thing going through, and you all just pick up a speed. Your Soca Monarch is what ours used to be, but it's not that again. So that's what's going on down there right now. So Grenada's Soca Monarch champs, they are doing, I think they went down, they made sure they registered this time last year. Earlier this year, they did not register for the Soca Monarch in Trinidad, which is why they were not in it. But this time they've registered and everything, so they're good to go. All right. Yes, folks, 440-7377. And let me just give a quick one on this particular story that I just saw pop up on Now Grenada, also from GIS. Its workers at Grenada Gravel, Concrete and Emulsion Production Corporation have received more than $200,000 in profit sharing and bonuses. I should not read that, because you might have a man that walking there and he kind of hiding from the wife because he had to give the side chick a little portion. So you might not want everybody to know that you get our money.
Yeah.
Sorry, fellas in Gravel and Concrete, by exposing it.
But no, you have to
give the wife the paycheck.
Because you don't want them no woman taking the man and bring them on the beach and beat them and thing.
No side chick collecting that paycheck. Bring it home for your wife. Yeah, all if you would not talk about it, all you didn't want people know, all you get the bonus. Yeah. Gravel and Concrete.
All the money big.
We exposing them.
Big time. Don't go and hide.
Workers at Gravel and Concrete, they have received more than $200,000 in profit sharing and bonuses. General Manager of the corporation, Mr. Wilfred Hercules, said this is the third consecutive year that workers are benefiting from profit sharing. So if they didn't get earlier last year and year before, they know what to do. So I'm talking about to the wives here.
Yeah, to the wives. Yeah. Well, not 3 years now they get in there. Okay.
Some of them truckmen and them they go bonks.
Yeah.
Several years of losses prior to that meant that workers did not receive any profit sharing. However, a turnaround has occurred in the last 3 years, resulting in the end-of-year payments to workers. Yeah? Updating the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance at a meeting on Friday, Hercules said 15% of the corporation's profit from 2017, totaling $202,851.51, will be shared among 103 workers, 86 of whom are full-time employees and the other 17 contract workers. So even the contract workers getting a little something too.
Of course.
Yeah? We are also on track to realizing a profit again in 2018. So this is also good news for the workers as they can expect more profit sharing next year. Yeah. So you know what that means though? Oh, we have a caller. Let me take the call and then we'll come back to that.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon and Devon. How are you guys?
Good, my friend.
A long time on the call. Yeah. I hear you are promoting everything for Sunday, man.
Yes, man. You're part of that as well, eh?
Of course, if I indeed I can go on.
Well, I know, but you're doing a solo for us?
No, but part of the song, I will be doing a solo.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, part of the song, part of the cantata, singing, I will be doing part of business in the song. So I'll be doing peace by myself.
Okay. Wonderful, yeah. Man.
So I love to hear the program because, oh God, I need to get our phone with the range on it so I could concentrate hearing you guys. But I'm not.
You wrote the Santa Claus?
I said.
No, ask if you write Santa Claus and ask for one.
Oh gosh, I can't write, but Santa ain't jumping on my chimney. I don't know what causing that.
You maybe need to build a chimney.
Build a Santa afraid of chimney, boy.
Well, maybe I have to build one first. So I think Devon can find it here long. You had the beard like Santa, so he can jump on my chimney for me.
Them trying to like black Santa. They are custom with white Santa.
I feel better bleach my skin.
Time for us to develop our own thing and forget the Santa Claus and all this kind of thing.
I find so.
Reindeer and Santa and snowman and all kind of thing. Time for us as Grenadians to abandon these things and come up with our own specific Grenadian themed traditions.
I find so.
Yeah, time for us to get rid of this man in a red suit with big white beard.
Although I don't believe in Christmas, but I second emotion to what you say.
All right, my brother.
All right, and guys, if I don't call you, I'll give you Merry Christmas.
All right, my brother.
All right, my friend.
Okay.
I think Merry Christmas and I give you all you.
We're going to do the final program we're going to do. Everybody's going to get a chance to call and say Merry Christmas.
I know.
All right, okay. Maybe before Friday, but we'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, then. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Blessings.
Wait, you know, Sheldon, it's...
hold on. Again, Cossia, you know, Joy.
Wait.
I get personal message coming in and all kind of thing about to expose man money, you know.
Yeah. You have to expose them.
Not me.
Especially them concrete men. They making real money, gravel and concrete. But you know, it's nice to know.
Boss, but not me. It's a release that come out. I'm reading the release.
But it's nice to know that gravel and concrete has made a nice turnaround, you know, and is now able. I mean, when last you hear about profit sharing in a company in Grenada? I mean,
Gravel and Concrete was a company that basically was costing money, not making money. And now you've seen a turnaround. But let me read this part though. Hercules also noted that in recent years, workers have received several financial benefits, including 2 one-off payments of $500 each in December 2015 and January 2016. Salary increases of 4% for 2016, which was paid retroactively, 3% each for 2017 and 2018. In November 2017, workers also shared a bonus payment of $300,000. So it's slightly less this year, but they're still getting a bonus. Yeah. The Prime Minister commended Hercules for excellent leadership of the corporation for ensuring up-to-date audited financial records. Legally, they have to present their audited records on time. He also encouraged continued work to improve operational efficiency at the corporation. Hercules revealed that the corporation is now in the process of purchasing a loader, which would significantly enhance operations, adding greater efficiency to the level of service provided for customers. Now, here's what. You know what this says? This says that you have more construction going on.
Yeah, in the country.
Yeah, so aggregate is needed. If people wasn't buying aggregate, if people wasn't building projects, okay, yes, you could say Silver Sands is nearing completion, although the top section is still being done. But remember, the same person is about to do 2 buildings again, 2 new properties again, not just buildings, 2 new properties again. And if you look in the south of the island, you see a lot of construction taking place. Then you see a lot of private construction taking place as well. So a lot of aggregate is being used, and the workers they work for the money, and they didn't just get this thing; they work for it.
And then you have around 3 or 4 different areas around the country. You have the Chinese housing project going on.
Them outside woman vex.
Well, yeah, but no, but you have to
Wifey
let them
know. Wifey
wifey
know.
They will give them outside woman that will give it to you.
She sit down waiting now.
Yes,
wifey sit down. You better bring the paycheck straight home.
but you know, Sheldon and I was talking, gravel and concrete
I just become hated. Them fellas on the truck ain't go blow me again when they see my boy. What in my tail?
Gravel and concrete really came, I mean, they come a long way. Over years, and so you have seen, you know, they have struggled and everything like that. I'm glad to know that, one, that they are operating under reduced staff, because at one point in time they had almost 200 persons working on gravel and concrete. Top heavy. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a director there for about 3 years, basically. And some of the things that, I mean, we noticed during that time, they had to make a turnaround. And again, hey, under the good leadership of manager Hercules, gravel and concrete is definitely moving places.
Hey, Blossom is on island, man. Yeah, she decided to abandon London during this type of weather and come to the nice sun that we have here.
That's why I see my man smiling so.
Yeah, but
he passing and grinning for me, riding in the big silver ride.
I thought he come out from Gentle Dental Care the last time I seen him. He was over smiling.
Big smile and thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
gum involved in it. When the man smiling, you can see gum involved, then you know something up.
Blossom, you doing something that, I mean, other people ain't doing now.
Her name is Blossom,
Yeah.
So that is why. Blossom.
Oh, yeah. So he's blossoming.
He's blossoming right now. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
He mouths are to open like a flower.
Nice to have you back in beautiful Grenada.
But this is wonderful, you know. It means, therefore, that gravel and concrete has been turning a profit over the past 3 years.
Definitely.
It says a lot about the management.
Mm-hmm.
It says a lot about the workers, and it says a lot about the Grenadian economy, because gravel and concrete, their profits are based on what is going on within the construction industry here in Grenada. Yeah. No other industry, the construction industry. Once that is buoyant, once you have a lot of construction taking place, they will always be making a little profit, and they're being careful now how they deal with it. So benefits are going to the workers. Very benefits are going to the workers. That's wonderful.
You know what I'm scared about? Especially with gravel and concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon, Sheldon, that hill in River Road would disappear, you know.
We go on no more gravel?
Gravel is there for a lot of years, but just now, you wonder, what was there? You understand? And it wouldn't take long, because the amount of construction that is going on in Grenada right now, I mean, aggregates is moving from Queen's Park by the... Sometime last week, Sheldon, I was coming on a Grenville bus, and I count 8 trucks in the space of half an hour coming over the hills loaded with gravel.
I have a problem, though.
I do have a problem with that.
Gravel and concrete, with all the praise that we're giving you, please stop overloading the trucks. Yeah. And I'm not speaking specifically to gravel and concrete trucks here, because I don't see a major problem with them.
The private trucks.
But the private trucks, the guys who trying to make everything in one trip instead of 2, or instead of 1.5, they're trying to do everything in one trip. It is causing danger for the bikers. We have a lot of guys that into this hobby of biking on the island, and we have to take them and other road users into consideration, because even if we're not speaking about the bikers, the fallen gravel is very dangerous too. Very dangerous too. Outside of them, we also have the instance where sometimes, tires pick that up and fling it at your windscreen and crack your windscreen.
The bus drivers, serious problem.
The bus
gravel
drivers have that problem.
Creates with the bus drivers
They-
going
they-
over the Granite Hill.
Yeah, even the normal other people, their other normal vehicles, your cars, your van, your trucks, whatever it is, you have that problem because the tires sometimes pick it up and shoot it like a bullet towards your windscreen.
Like the weed whackers.
Yeah, and it can crack the windscreen or so. If it's somebody standing at the side of the road, it could go as fast as to hit someone in the eye.
And
One company, I think it was Kenny's though, I did see do something that was commendable on that hill to the back there. That's not Morass Hill, that's Independence Avenue area there. They were coming up along there, and apparently they had a spillage, and they had a van behind that was cleaning it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're not doing it other areas, but I must say what I saw in that area, and it needs to be replicated everywhere else, because what we're ending up with is a road that ended up into one-lane traffic in some areas because the cement fall out, cement and gravel, these things fall out, and sometimes they just leave it right there and it gets solid, and then it's until when that road is redone that you're going to end up having a proper usage of the road again. It needs to be sorted out.
And I can speak for over the hills, when you see the trucks and gravel and concrete, you need to take some blame for that, because the overloading of the trucks from inside of there, if it didn't take place from there, it wouldn't happen. Because sometimes a bus going up and it's filled, and there are two corners going up over the Granite Tank. The buses and them need to stop, take the number one and go up. And imagine taking that corner, you have a whole spill of gravel right there. A bus full with passengers is dangerous. Enough time you see busmen have to go quiet on the other side of the road to get up to
pass over the Granite Tank for a
yeah,
while,
it's very dangerous, and I'm appealing to the owners, truck owners, drivers, and to gravel and concrete, and to the other entities who sell gravel or even sand. The overloading, of the trucks is dangerous, not just, as Sheldon said, to the bikers, pedestrian, passengers in the buses, and so it is dangerous. We need, to care for someone else and not just our own, okay? Not just about making money. And to those truckmen who use the Granite Tank, with heavy load, why not use the St. David's route? It's much safer. It will cost you cheaper in the long run.
The thing is that I think these things need to be properly secured, because there are times, and it's been happening to me, there are times that I am driving behind one of these trucks, and for instance, if they're coming up the lane, and you're trying to keep a little distance behind them, and you're still getting hit by little pebbles falling out from the truck, and it's unfair. And then remember, you have bus drivers who are driving, and they have their passengers. They're responsible for all their passengers, and this thing is happening, endangering not just the driver but the passengers as well. So we're endangering lives with this sort of thing. So when people do good, we say they do good. When they do bad, we say they've on needy sling again. Yeah, the shoulder starts on him. Let me lower the temperature. Let me lower the temperature inside here. Yeah, let me lower the temperature a bit. That might help you.
Definitely.
Yeah, by low the temperature, I mean raise it, right? Yeah.
I know. Oh man, how could I forget that?
Yeah, no. Back to the sling tomorrow.
Yeah. Back to the
But
sling for a while.
we're saying this, that it's important, please. When you're loading, it is not a complaint of Sheldon Scott and Devon Romain alone. It's a complaint of every single road user out there. You could go on the terminal now, and to a man and woman, every bus driver will tell you that they have a problem with that. Yeah? That there are times that their vehicle has been hit with stones. There are some people at the windscreen get a little crack and that kind of thing too, with the stones that have been falling off a vehicle. It has contributed to some of the bikers getting injured and all those sort of things. So please, for everyone's good. Some people have been asking about the traffic lights. I do know that an assessment has been done. Instead of just putting back the traffic lights in the same location in the same way, an assessment has been done as to the 2018-2019 needs regarding traffic lights, and a new set of traffic lights are being ordered for the island of Grenada. You cannot use the same system because it is now outdated. Yeah, you can't even find replacement parts for it because the company doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, and you do run the risk of that happening with anything that you have. You buy a car today and the company go out of business tomorrow.
We can't get
You have to
BMC part right now.
Yeah, you can't get anything. That company don't exist. You have to go and find an old one and take the parts from it, or do like the Cubans and fashion a new part.
And fashion a new part.
So that is what is taking place with the traffic lights, because I keep hearing that reoccurring, people complaining about it. And you do have a right to complain about it. It is affecting you. It is something. Nobody knows your pain when your toe get mashed, so somebody can see that your toe get mashed and then telling you don't ball. Exactly. It's your toe. Yeah. And then so we go understand.
The increasing the volume of vehicles that we have in our country right now, there's a need, for more control other than the police in terms of the traffic and so.
And we'll say this too, that you may see traffic lights in new locations. You may see traffic lights, and this is the reason. When the first set of traffic lights were put in, traffic lights were also put in at the Springs Belmont Junction. Remember, right by Francis Pet Supply there.
Shop,
So traffic lights were put in there. But traffic lights were put in there because at that point in time, that was a high traffic area.
Yeah. Major road, Belmont.
Yeah, Belmont was the major road. Vehicles used to pass. Top Road, Belmont, down by Ideal Bakery, all of them go out. You're going down Granance. That's the road you used to pass. You want a bus, you go there.
Not now.
These days, you don't find bus pass through there. I don't even think buses pass through.
No bus
unless somebody requests a drop inside there.
Off route, you have to pay extra. Imagine that.
Remember, at that point in time, too, Lagoon Road wasn't what we have now. It was like a by road. So much people, much people used to pass down in Lagoon Road. That's a by road. You pass there if you had to pass, or if you're going to do something,
or you had to go in the yacht club,
or you're going in Foodland, or you're going.
Foodland wasn't easy there at time. Just come.
And then in the early 90s is when you get Hubbards and all of them going down there. But you go down there only if you have to. You didn't used to go down there necessarily all the time. But then the traffic flow changed with the doing of that road. That road became a smooth, nice road, and everybody wanted to pass there now. So the traffic left at the top and it came to the bottom side. So when they're redoing the traffic lights, you may see traffic lights pop up in some areas that they are not now. Definitely. But it has been found that there's a need for them in that particular area. So you may be seeing that. Yeah? Guys, what do you think putting back the traffic light back on would ease up? It can't go back on, Hannah, because the traffic lights have they've fallen into disrepair. They actually cannot get parts to replace. They can't find parts to the company's out of business, so you can't put it back on because it can't come on.
New ones we need to invest in and
brand new.
Different locations and so. Good morning and
you
welcome.
don't want faulty traffic lights operating too.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, my
morning.
friend.
Well, the conversation has been so good that I decided that I'm just going to listen. But because of
temptation, you can't listen.
Yes, and then I have there is something I must let you all know about. But I'm going to be brief here, a couple seconds. Now, my issue when it comes to the transporting of material is not where they pass, but the irresponsibility that in terms of securing the load. You know, when people continue to transport material without properly securing it and continue to get away with it, Mr. Scott, where does the responsibility lies? Who we have to blame? The truckers and who else? Because they're passing through the tongue of Grenville. They load unsecure in front of the police station. You know what I mean? They're passing in the city, in the middle of town, according to the Carrico Calypso soca artist. In the middle of town, and they're getting away with it. When something is law, we have to enforce it. Now, gentlemen, the time winding up on me here. Now, you all may not know, but I am in the finals of the WFM amateur parang competition. Well, and last year, they didn't tell me if I come first or second, but the bag that they gave me last year as a result of my performance, when I look at what the other participants get, they didn't have to tell me about position. But no, but let me give you one verse, my brother, as I wrap up here. This is it here.
We big and we bad in this country, not afraid of Kem Joseph Godfrey. They could bring Claudetta Bizinski with the set a bias commentary. All we know, the country is on track. Get on board, because we ain't turning back. Forward ever, backward never. Let's unite and build Grenada. Gentlemen, have a pleasant day.
Parang,
Oh, goodness.
How you gonna afraid Godfrey and Kem? We can't afraid them, and we just sitting down. We just sitting down at all. My friend, oh, that's a wonderful way to tell this one. Yes. That's just
I think we're going any further. Folks, remember that meeting that's going to be taking place tomorrow at the Bolio RC School. The Honorable Tobias Clement, Member of Parliament for St. George Northeast, as well as Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister, Member of Parliament for St. George Northwest. And they'll be having that meeting at 5:30 p.m. discussing various issues. Yeah, so you can head on out there with your questions and concerns and to hear a bit of what has been taking place, the government's achievements thus far since the March 13 general election and a little before, and for the year 2018 in general, and what is expected for the coming year, as well as you will be hearing about specific issues such as the industrial, because what the latest with it is they met on Friday. And I really didn't hear much again since then. I believe a release should be coming out today as to the way forward in relation to that particular issue. As we said, we do hope that this issue is sorted out before the end of the year. Because there are implications. It needs to be sorted out by the 31st. Because you basically, the Memorandum of Understanding speaks to workers between the 22nd of February, there's an addendum to it, the 22nd of February, 1984, and the 31st of December, 2018. So you may see yourself in situations where there is a halt on taking people off contracts and into permanent jobs within the public service until this issue is sorted out. Because technically, you can end up with a Hermlin Armstrong situation with some people who, while they would end up benefiting from a package that was not supposed to be their particular package. Yeah? So this has to be sorted out as soon as possible.
Negotiations, man. We need that. Wow.
Folks, that's all the time we have today, man.
11:59, that's all the time we have for
Folks,
today.
remember to stay safe and secure. Make sure you check your houses before you leave. Make sure your windows. Some people tend to, the bathroom window, they ain't closing the bathroom window proper. Listen.
Because that small entrance, you're only joking.
Let me tell you what has been taking place with some of the criminals. You all must speak to police and the CID and find out this thing. Some people have been using children.
Yep.
So they would take a child and push the child through the window, the toilet window that you think too small that can't be opened. They push a child through there. The child goes inside, open the door, and then they come inside.
Crime is committed.
Yeah? So remember, no matter which window or door it is, make sure that it is firmly closed when you're leaving your home. Properly closed. Yeah? Because it's easy. They put the child up on the shoulder and they send them through. They say climb in and go and open the door. The child don't know better. They're doing it.
And a good investment, if you can and you want it, is a dog. A dog may not be a bad dog, but a dog that will alert you when a stranger is around the area. Very important. You don't need a biting dog, but just a dog that is being alert.
There are rules against the biting dogs.
No, but if you...
We will go into the law on that one next year too.
If you in my yard and my dog is bad, and you in my yard illegally, then hey, you stand the consequences.
Yeah, and we're coming up, as Hannah is saying, we're coming up on a new school term.
Yes,
and so
Michael Mass.
Yeah. So it's important.
Very, very.
But folks, just remember, you have to take care of yourselves, take care of your family. Make sure that your vehicles are properly secured. Make sure that your properties, your business place, and your home is properly secured.
Your children are
properly secured. Yeah.
Right. Monitor them where they're going and everything like that. Yeah.
One more tip before we leave. Ariza Credit Union and both Ariza Credit Union and the Cooperative Bank offer something that the average person could make good use of. you have a debit card that can be used as a Visa card.
Yeah.
It can stop you from having to walk with a lot of money over the season.
Yeah.
You go to Cooperative Bank, you open your account, you tell them Sheldon Scott sent you, so they go put a little 10 cents on my account from your account. But anyway, I'm just joking. But you can go there, open your account. You can go to a Riser credit union, open your account. Other credit unions are good, but I'm saying this in the term of carrying cash on you. And you can leave your money on the account and use the card. Foodland accepts the card. Foodland, Andals, I believe, accept the card as well. Food Fair accept the cards and so as well. So even some of the places that you shop in town, because they also do business with the tourists and so on, they do accept the credit cards.
And debit cards.
And debit cards. So you can have the money on your card and use that instead of having to walk in town with a set of money. And then the other thing is this, that if you lose your card, you just inform the bank immediately and they block it. And then if you actually need cash, you have the option of being able to go and withdraw cash. And we'll talk a little bit more about security and so tomorrow, because the withdrawing cash part, it have fellas watching you there too.
Yeah.
And it's pickpocket time. So, yeah, hold the money very close.
Slick time.
Yeah, it's pickpocket time. So, hold the money very close. All right. That's all the time we have for today. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romain.
And whatever you say, do it safe and secure. You want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We are out of here for today. In fact, watch. You know what? I'm going to leave them with the address by Dr. Mitchell to the teachers this last week.
Last Thursday.
I'm gonna leave them with that address right after these two messages.
Leadership.
Yes, indeed.
With all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.